This one is a hard one to write. I'm basically going to air out a little dirty laundry. Maybe the last place to air it is by broadcasting it over the airwaves. But so far, though, I'm just throwing words down on an electronic piece of paper. Perhaps this will be cathartic. Or maybe I'm just beating myself for some reason. Anyway, I'll get on with it. You see, I've grown to realize that not everybody likes me. Yes, I said grown to realize. I didn't say that I've come to realize because I continue to learn and grow. I told my wife the other night that most of the time I'm full of confidence. But there are times when I'm a frightened little soul and just want to get into a shady corner away from everyone and peer out. The latter, me, doesn't appear all that often, but he exists. Most of the time, what you see and what you get is a friendly and overconfident, caring individual. Yeah, overconfident. Perhaps that's not the best word, but it's the best word available at the moment. What I mean is this. I look back at times in my life where I can only summarize my friendly existence into a group of people as, look at me, everybody, look at me. I think back and see myself as being the largest personality in the room. I may take all of the air out of the room sometimes. Now, I don't try for this, but I think on occasion I do. If I was one of the people already in the room and I came in, I'd leave. At least, I'd retreat to a shady corner of the room until I left. And I don't want to be that person. I really dislike that person. Why has this idea popped into my head, and why do I feel compelled to write about it? I don't know. Are other people like this? Do others dislike themselves at certain times when they look back on parts of their life? Then again, maybe I'm not this person. Maybe I'm just joking, teasing when I enter a room with others. Perhaps at the time, I'm not who they see. I'm not really me. When he was asked about many of the things I utter around friends and other people, I had a friend respond, I just assume everything Paul says is a joke. I don't take him seriously, and I go on from there. This man's name is Dennis, and I knew him about 4 lifetimes ago. And though I haven't seen him in years, I think he knew me better than 99% of the people I knew at the time. I've thought about his remark a number of times since then. I think he was correct then, and I think he would still be correct today. And it is true. When I'm being playful, or perhaps when I'm slightly nervous, I say things that I may or may not agree with, and I say them to earn a chuckle. I like people to be lighthearted and not to take life so seriously. The downside to all of this is that people that don't know me well don't realize that I do this, which is say things that cause people to stop and think, what did he just say? Maybe I like teasing others for a reaction, to put them off kilter somewhat. I think of it as being playful. My wife at the time once muttered to me, Paul, don't say things like that. They think you're just silly. Like I say, I've grown. Now I realize that maybe that's my whole point. Anyway, I should take it easier, generally speaking, on the bold personality stuff before getting to know others, for I don't want to be alienating. I just want to be playful, maybe a little silly. But I'll try and do better. That's my take on it. For Paragon Communications, I'm Paul Joseph.